Says we're live. Hello, everybody from Heather's headboard.
There's a big headboard.
It is. It's really nice here too. But what's even nicer is Heather and Shan are about to basically sign papers for their new home. So we've got. Well, wait before I go too far and talk too much. We've got people waiting for people to come in. But for anybody watching on playback, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and hope everybody had a good week. It was been a very up and down emotional one for me. Hello, Selena, my dear. Mwah. Selena is in the house, Essence of the Moon, and Selena, I just love that picture that you're using for your channel. The
The
makeup that she
thumbnail.
did that night, just absolutely, I love it. Just beautiful job. And we have Shelby here. I'm trying to lean here. So we got
Oh, I'm
Selena, we have Shelby,
gonna grab my iPad.
and we have Janet. And oh, so some of you know and some of you don't, but it's been quite the up and down week. I can't believe, Selena, it's the end of the week already. It just seemed like yesterday you were hanging out with Nancy and I on the Sacred Feminine, which we thoroughly enjoyed having you on. Very cool. And Nancy Riker is here. Oh my goodness, Nancy, how are you, my dear? And Moira is here. I know YouTube is very busy tonight. So, with everybody hanging out, Shannon and I are about to sign papers. It's pretty much a done deal on a new place. So, it's beautiful. Um, I just when I saw it and I met the girl who was showing it to us, being a part of the Access Agency. So anybody that has any family or friends in the Southern Oregon area, if you have any friends or family that are struggling, I highly recommend suggesting Access Agency to them. They have been extremely helpful. Um, they are a nonprofit, and the amount of financial support, emotional support, advocacy they've been doing for Shannon and I. I mean, the people in here in Oregon have just blown me away. There's very few rotten apples, so to speak, since we've gotten here. I mean, people have just been lovely. And Nancy says, I've been sick but not complaining. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Nancy. So it's a beautiful two-bedroom, and my room will have nice light for my artwork, and we're right across from a park. And when we get to the park, we have view of some of the mountains. So it's very pretty. So we're very excited, and fingers crossed we'll be possibly moving in by next Wednesday. They're finishing, replacing all the vent covers, and they're checking the outlets because the person before us had been living there for 20 years. So look at the time frame. Yeah, that's something I forgot to tell you backstage, Allison. So the one bedroom apartment,
Why are they out there? Why are they not there anymore?
I don't know. It might be considered personal. I don't know if the lady passed away or if she, had to go into maybe assisted care living. I'm not sure, but
You might have somebody that lives there with you too.
you never know. But um,
Just saying.
the one bedroom was really would have been too small. It was cute, but we were starting to have issues with Pine View, the place that keeps on giving, even now that we're not there. But with this place, they understood what we were going through. There was no need for them to contact them. And yeah, by the end of this month, next month, all that is going to be completely behind Shannon. So, yeah, by the end of then
Okay.
with the money that we save with them and being able to assist us with a couple months rent and getting a few things for the place, like a bed, they can help us with a couch. Um, then I'll be able to switch over, officially become my license for Oregonian and for my car, my license plate. So it's all coming together very nicely. So I look forward to, who knows, maybe next Friday. Yeah, I might be sitting on the floor, but you never know. Maybe by next Friday, I'll be doing a live in our new place. And thank you, Selena. I see that the candle is still burning. Thank you, my dear, because just in the event, in case we still, want to keep them, you know, at bay, and if they have to reach out for anything, we want them to play nice. So thank you for the candle. Selena's did a special candle burning for me to make any sort of correspondence that we may have further with the last place a peaceful one, a polite, respectful one. So thank you for that, my dear. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster emotionally the past couple of days, but yeah, things are moving along. And I was supposed to originally needed an emotional support animal, letter signed for me because this place is supposed to be a no pet. But I do have my counselor who was able to write one for me. But then come to find out that because the woman wants Shan and I so desperately to have this place because she likes us and knows our history and our story, they're like, listen, he's 15 years old. It's going to be, don't worry about it. So they were able to bypass a couple of things. So, yeah. And I can't wait to get Mozzie a not kitty carrier, a kitty tree because we got some big beautiful windows in that living room. And so and the people next to us, I mean, this woman just absolutely takes care of her yard. She's got beautiful multi different colored rose bushes that were in bloom. She had snapdragons, she had little purple, I don't know if they were wild sage or lavender or what, but just absolutely beautiful. And people, here respect their themselves, their property, their lawns. Everything looks clean. Everything is well kept. It's just it's such a big difference, a welcome difference from Niagara Falls. So oh, is Ramon here? Well, there he is. Hello. Yep, Ramon, we just about basically got it. Yeah, we just have to wait for all the paperwork gets put together. And yes, we got a new home. And they're thinking that we can be out of here by Wednesday. So very excited. So with that, how was your week, Allison? As Mossy decides to stick his pretty much his. Oh, speaking of, really quick, I had to go make an appointment for Mozzie at the vets today, and one of the women at the front desk, her scrubs, they were all male kitty butts. So all her
Oh,
little
that's
different
so
types of kitties
cute.
with their little tails stuck up in the air with their little, kitty butts. It's
That's
so
so
cute.
cute.
So yeah. And we are moving on up. Yes, yes. And oh, hi Beth. Thank you, my dear. So we're very happy. Yes, yes. So what's up, girl?
Um, well, we're in the last 30 days of the school year. So
Ooh.
Wednesday was made 4 weeks. So we're past that now. So, which is lovely. I've decided I'm not going to work this summer. So I am going to take the summer off. And
Ooh.
Anthony and I are going on a little, nothing crazy. We're going to go on a couple different little road trips over the summer. He can't take like large chunks of time off, unfortunately. But we're going to go to, oh God, I can't believe I already forgot the name. We're going to go to Hocking Hills, which is it's in Ohio, and it's like a there's a bunch of waterfalls and hiking area,
That's
and
pretty.
there's a state park and all of that. So we're gonna go do that. And we're gonna stay a couple nights in a hotel that's there. We got that all booked and ready to go. And then trying to find a couple things for us to do on the way back. We're gonna go, it'll be like 3 days ish. And what else? Uh
I
Anthony had
miscarriaging.
Anthony had a surgical procedure on Monday. He's doing
Ooh.
fine. He's got some. I don't think he would mind at all. So I'll just he's not gonna mind. Because you guys don't know him, for one thing. But and then if nothing else, you guys can, whoever wants to, can send him some healing energy. And he is healing, but when he was a child, I'll go ahead and do a little very brief story time. When he was a little kid, he spent a lot of time in the sun. Um, which some of you have maybe heard me talk about the sun. I think the sun's fine. I think that we're fed a bunch of BS about the sun, but it's not that direct. There are precautions that need to be taken, like for extended periods of time, or if you're have a really high sugar content, you believe it or not, you're more likely to burn and all these kinds. There's just stuff around it, right? But the sun is not the devil. We've been led to believe. I even heard somebody on YouTube that's kind of in our extended community talking about how they're allergic to the sun. It's like, we're human beings. We're supposed to be in the sun. We're supposed to be in the sun. There are things that can be, the I'm not going to get all into it, but anyways, you just got to be smart about it, right? You're not going to be out in the sun for 8 hours, or in the hottest part of the day or whatever. But it's actually
Mhm.
good. That's how we get vitamin D. Clearly, we have to be in the sun. If you don't have
Mhm.
enough vitamin D, you're sick. You're not
Yeah.
well. Anyways, but I digress. When he was a little tiny kid, he spent a lot of time in the sun, like a lot of time at the pool specifically, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And he wasn't very well supervised, and he didn't have on any kind of protection. I don't believe in sunscreen, but like he didn't go sit in the shade and have his little lunch. He didn't get out of the water for an hour and sit under an umbrella. He didn't do any of that stuff. Mozzie's so beautiful. And so I would love to, actually, no, that's not true. So anyways, he was a little kid when all that happened, and he's always been he's quite fair. He's Dutch. So he's quite fair skinned, blue eyed, and anyways, he has had some cancer stuff on his face
Mm.
several different times and has had it removed. And they went in there and did it again. This is the last time he's doing it. He said he doesn't give a shit. If anything comes up later, he'll deal with it. He's not getting anything else removed. And they go in, they take some off, they look at it under a microscope, they decide if there's more, they go in, they take another layer. They go, this is all live while you're having this done. They take off another layer and another layer and they keep doing it until there isn't any more. So crazy and weird. But anyways, he had his ear done and he had right here, and then he had something it's called frozen right here. He's
Mm.
had that done.
Crazy
He's had
stuff.
lots of moles taken off of his back, like a whole bunch of them. And anyways, so there was that, but he's doing well. And
He's kicking my ass in word chums.
and that and
He's
I
good.
rearranged my bedroom and thinned it out dramatically. I have a desk that I'm going to be selling. Which I wasn't really thinking that I would, but I'm not going to store it and hold on to it. And I don't think I'll ever use it again. It's a really you see my lighting doing that? Did you see that? Did you see it go dark and then brighter?
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
not doing that in the room. I wonder why that was happening. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, so getting rid of my desk and some other things and just kind of thinning it out. See, it just did it again. Why is it doing that?
Ooh.
I'm thinking so because it's like the light is steady. There's a candle here that is just not changing the flame at all. I don't know. I'm about ready to
Interesting.
turn my air conditioning on. Yeah, it was very warm today. It was went up to 80. And so, oh, and my new rule now is that if I have to put on shorts, which I like, I don't mind wearing shorts. I wear shorts all the time. But when it's so hot that you have to wear shorts, I run the air. That's the new thing. Because I had to figure out a way to because I hate running the air conditioning. For one, it's loud. It does work really good, but then I actually have a sizable power bill, which I hate doing.
Yeah.
And I can pay it
Sometimes
and
it
all
gets
that.
a
I just
hundred
don't
here.
like to. What's
Yeah.
that?
They said sometimes it gets here now around 100 during the summer. So good thing that we have these big windows with screens and also an AC unit when we need it. So hopefully it
Yeah,
won't
you're
get
gonna
back
want to run
too
the air.
much.
You can't. I mean, anything
Yeah.
over it. I mean, well, that's me. I mean, honestly, yeah, for me, 84 outside, you got to turn the air on. There's no getting around it.
Miss Taro D said
Um,
that yes, I always thought my mother-in-law was making that up about being allergic to the sun until I saw her in direct sun one day and she broke out into a total rash in less than 10 minutes. Ow.
yes, and I'll resist the temptation to go into my big old thing about why. Yeah, some people do experience that, and there's reason. It's not that they're, and I hear you, Ms. Taro D, but it's not technically that they're allergic to the sun.
Let's see my and
Sensitivity for sure, but what's causing it? What is the chemistry that's going on that is creating that reaction? There is one because again, we're human beings. We have you have to have. It's like oxygen. You have to have vitamin D. I mean, it's not as dramatic as that, but yeah, you have to have it.
And there's some
Just
people that have that vampire disease where if they do step out in the sun, they actually like burn. Like it's rare, but there's an actual disease or condition where if they step out in the sun, they do start to basically burn, you know.
yeah. So to
The skin can
me,
affect.
how would I word that? That's got to be something. So like we can sometimes be born with basically it's a birth defect, right? Or a dis-ease, or that's not even what I want to call it. My point being that's not normal. There's something wrong with that body,
Hmm.
clearly,
Yeah,
right? It's the sun. I mean, I don't know how else I can say it. We're human beings. I mean,
yeah,
we're
and we're
we're
all
supposed
different.
to be in the
Yeah.
sun. That's why when we were first on the planet, you're barefoot and the negative ions that we have to have, and it's very important. Like the whole thing with shoes now, and I'm just gonna stop because I'll just go on and on and on and on.
Miss Carol D said my mother-in-law lives in PR. I'm not sure
Puerto
what PR.
Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico. Okay. Thank you. My brain was, you mean a disorder of some kind. Yeah, I mean sometimes we're
I,
born with
I
certain
I
disorders
would
and
think
things.
so. So there's a whole again. I'll resist the temptation to go because I'm not going to talk about this stuff anymore on this channel. But I will say this much, and you can research this and find it. A lot of people that have a very hard time being in the sun have a very high sugar content. They're God, I'm drawing a blank. It's a high, you're on a high carbohydrate, you're running really high, your insulin's high, more than likely, but it creates a reaction. So like I've never burned. And of course, that's going to depend on people, right? Like where you're from, where are your people from, what's your pigmentation, blah, blah, blah. That is all probably even bigger, right? Yes. but it's further enhanced by our diet and a few other things, how much exposure you get to the sun, where are you on the planet with the equator, blah, 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 all this stuff. But yeah, there's just so much anyways, and I'm not a doctor or a scientist. Actually, it doesn't matter if you're not a doctor, because the doctors don't know a lot about any of this stuff. It's the scientists that know. And a lot of the information is not shared. So, but I will say this much, it's another interesting thing about mosquitoes with the whole sugar thing. So this, I'll just say this from my own experience, and I'll shush up about it. First, the burn thing. Yes,
Blah, blah,
Karen.
blah is what I want.
I've never burned. My family is on my dad's side, they're like German and French and all that stuff, and European, whatever. And then my mom is mostly Spanish, and everybody's very olive skinned. On my mom's side. And my dad's side is fair and freckled. My sister ended up with the fair and the freckles. But as long as she gets a base tan, it like fairly gradually over the course of a few days, boom, then she tans, right? Even though she's fair and freckled. If she does it right, she gets beautiful honey colored skin. It's gorgeous. Me, I'm more olive. Now I can burn. I have had a sunburn. It's been forever, but I've done it. Again, anybody can get burned if you're just not doing it right, right? But like me, basically, no, I will just tan. And I don't avoid the sun and all this. That's another thing. All these, especially women, oh, and they avoid the sun and oh, and this and wrinkles and then and it's like, yeah, it can be true, but it's not that. We've been so brainwashed about so many things. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, the tanning, yeah, I tan and all of that. But now that I don't eat the way that I used to eat, I'm way more tolerant of the sun. It also doesn't bug me as much. So before I switched over to this way of living, I can handle the sun again. For years before that, I would get too hot. I couldn't stand it. Oh my God, it was too much. Now I enjoy it way more because I feel different in it. Yeah, I can still get too hot, but it's not nearly as sensitive as I was. Like when I lived in Florida, oh my God. Now, yeah, I was in Florida, but oh, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. And in Arizona and even parts of California, it was just too much. And now I do way better with it. And then the mosquito thing, when you're on a very low glycemic, the mosquitoes don't bite you. Will they bite you? Sure. I got like 4 mosquito bites all summer last year, and I'm not kidding. And I'm outside a lot. We went to the fire pit for a couple different fire pits at my sister's house. My sister got eaten alive, and so did my brother-in-law, and I didn't get bit. True. I did not get bit. And we're all sitting there together around the fire. And that happened a few different times at a few different get-togethers. I got nothing. So, yep. It's interesting.
And Miss Terrell was sharing that since her her radiation treatments, shows I've become much more sensitive to the sun.
Yes,
so was my mom.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And I was someone who never needed suntan lotions. Yeah.
My mom had because this weird thing. That's a unique situation, right? It's not an organic. Yeah. Yep.
My mother used to do something weird when I was younger. She would get baby oil and then put like a little bit of iodine in it.
Yep.
Then rub that, and I couldn't understand why.
She was trying to false along her tan. So she's staining her skin.
Oh, so the iodine, because I couldn't figure out why because she would put iodine on our cuts and, burns and, or whatever, but never could figure out why she would do the, but my mom was narcissistic. She was, not saying all Leos are narcissistic, but my mom was always about, having
all signs can be in low vibration
and everything. Yep. So, let's see. Mosquitoes don't bite me either. I never understood that. But now I understand why, because Shan always, when we go out, Shan rarely ever gets bit by anything, mosquitoes or whatever. But I'm the one that does. And so
Hmm.
he teases me and says, well, because you taste sweeter. And obviously he's right. Must
Yeah,
be
and there's
because,
probably other factors as well. And I'm not
Mhm.
proclaiming that, oh, this is why. Just it's very interesting. Like I used to get bit all the time. I don't get bit now.
And Karen says, wait a minute, this is funny. Karen says, I'm really glad that I didn't walk in on my sister got eaten alive. She's just being a silly, giggly girl today. We love that. We love you, my dear. And, Karen's going through some stuff too, y'all. So extra, love and energy and healing hugs to my girl, who's back to doing her morning show. So I'm glad that you're doing that, my dear. I know how much you love your morning shows. So let's see. So just talking amongst everybody. And look who showed up. Hello, Tom.
Hey
What's
Tom.
up? Glad you could make it. Hope you had a good week. I was actually going to reach out to you this weekend, Tom, and see how you were doing. So we haven't talked much recently. Though we actually, well, yeah, well, off of YouTube. I don't know if a lot of you know. Steven, Cosmic Orphan, is starting to go live, and I know he had another show with Ben today. That I missed just because I'm on the West Coast now at different times. But it's nice that Steven is back. Cosmic Orphan's going to be having guests on. Miss Tarot D, you have a show coming up with Steven that's already scheduled. I can't remember which one. Um, and what's this? I've talked to Allison more this week than you. What? I
He
I
just
just
saw
can't.
me in the chat. And I
I
think
just
that
can't.
was just on Steven's channel.
Yeah. So it's a good time in Steven's channel, learning a lot about different tarot. I mean, I don't go. This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I would like
Well,
to talk about this, and I almost mentioned it a minute ago with what I said I did this week, but go ahead and then I'll go.
no, I'm just curious because I love um I've been enjoying learning the basics of tarot. I love my oracle. I love my Lenormand, and I like doing readings for people. And I want to get better, but then at the same time, there's some folks who just dive in so deeply, like Stephen, like Tom, and a few other people, where they go all the way back and they want to study early century and Kabbalah and all of this with, just it's like that. And Jackie Crystal Moon, she loves getting into all the different Marseille and all the different possible ways of looking and reading at the cards. And for some people, it's like their life passion. And for me, it's more of like, well, I'm an artist, but I also enjoy doing this. But I've noticed that I think more of my energy um, I want to focus on lately is my art. Although I do love reading and tarot, so it almost kind of feels like, in a way, not imposter syndrome, but just you know, if with me not really being interested in the super deep history of the Crowleys, of the Waits, and everything, does does that basically negate me as a reader? I mean, I don't think it should. But I'm just curious what other people's. I mean, I'm not looking for like someone to say, oh, what's the word I'm thinking of?
To
Excuse
validate
me.
you.
Validate. Thank you. Um, it's just for me, just collecting all these decks and all this art. I mean, I love collecting decks, but it's just for me, my interest does not lie in all this big long history and the delving. And for me, it's just it's something that I'm not interested in, but I'm still interested and enjoy doing readings. So it's kind of that dichotomy of where um, I'm at right now. So Heather was like, "Nope, I'm out." What? Wait a minute. Oh, today was a shit show. I want you to catch up with you tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Still going through that. So let's see. Since Ange kicked me to the curb, Cosmic and I will be doing a live. So next Saturday, the second. What time, Miss Tarot D? Um, and let's see. And let's see. Just witnessing his collection. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not like driven to, you know, like with Tom and Steven and I don't know, Allison. I mean, so I think I'll open this up now to Allison. How deep do you want to continue moving forward? Do you want to get all these books? Do you want to be able to dive into all these different um, um, forms of, or different perspectives of tarot? Um, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So, um,
If my question makes sense.
it does. I
Okay.
don't know if I'm going to answer it in that way, but it'll answer what you're saying anyhow. If that makes sense. So, first of all, um, I'm thrilled that Steven's doing this. I've always liked him. And he's he's got so much knowledge and experience, life experience, and his perspective, his personality, his wit, his humor, all of it. And admittedly, and I know this sounds really bad, but I always have to be honest, I'm one of these people that, I'm just not crazy about everybody. That's just how it is. There's a lot of people that aren't crazy
Yeah.
about me. That's just how it is. It's fine. I am okay with it. I don't need recognition or acknowledgement or acceptance or any of that kind of stuff. I don't. Yes, I like it. But anyways, coming back to that. So Stephen doing this, I'm thrilled because he's somebody that I just enjoy, what he has to offer. I used to watch him in chat and I knew that. And then the only time we really saw him, he'd do all these deck reviews that he does. And I'm not really a deck review person unless there's a deck that I know that I want to watch or that I think I'm interested in, and then I look for a deck review regardless of who's posted it. But I always knew, had a feeling, whatever. And now he's actually doing it. And as I suspected, the guy just knows so much. And I'm super, super, super excited that he's doing this. Now back to what you were asking or mentioning or commenting. And I understand why you're saying what you're saying based off of what he has discussed and several different things that he has said. I'm somewhere kind of in the middle. And what I mean is,
This is true. Mr. D.
he's I like information. I really do. And as long as it's something I'm interested in, right? So if it's something that I'm interested in, and there's a couple things that he's already mentioned that, I find interesting. Yeah, I'll probably look into a couple of the things that he's talked about. But as far as like buying books and reading certain thises and certain that's, I don't know. Maybe one here, one there, but the whole, I, you know, whatever I feel drawn to. And I might not later feel drawn to it. That's just how I am and I've always been. So it's just kind of remains to be seen. What you were commenting about a reader and I don't make any kind of a comparison. It's like I do what I do. I do what feels natural and that's just what I do. And I suggest everybody do that, but people can do whatever they want. Steven's doing what feels natural to him, right?
Yep.
And whatever. And he's now retired, and he is, doing what interests him and what he's drawn to. I think he's super interesting. I really wish he didn't live so far away. And I don't say that lightly. I just, yeah, it's not very often I come across uh, somebody, especially male, that I would love to just pick their brain and talk to them. It
Exactly
just
here.
doesn't happen. So I'm really looking forward to all the lives. And like I told him, I commented to him, I said, if I any that I miss, I will watch the replays because I'm interested in anything, I think
Mhm.
that he
You
would
could learn
have
a
to,
lot.
to chat about. I mean, will there be one that maybe doesn't grab me? Quite possibly. I mean, that's just the way that, life is. But no, I think he's great. If anybody hasn't subscribed to him that's on here, which I doubt, I suggest doing so. He's just interesting and funny too. But if you're
I
at
know a
all
couple of
interested
years
in
now.
all of the woo stuff, I don't think he said, I think he said he's not going to be doing readings, which I wasn't surprised about. I don't think that's really, I think he
I
reads for
would love
himself.
a reading from Stephen though. Could
Um,
you imagine? You know,
so yeah, I don't know what kind of a reader he is. But
that much
um
knowledge.
I yeah, so I'm just really glad. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah.
So that people were sharing, we're all different. Miss Tarot D, thank
Yep.
you. And you're right. Stephen never says that there's just one way. Exactly. But when I kind of sit back and I see how much people just delve into the history and how much it's their life, it's their passion, I sometimes feel a little bit of guilt because it's like if I want to read for people, shouldn't I have this kind of? But for me, I think what how people find their passion and their joy in learning about tarot and collecting their cards or oracles, whatever it is. For me, that's how I feel about my art. I love it. It's my passion when I get to do it. Time just flies by for me, and I'm at such a peaceful place, and so for me, it's finding that balance. And when I was in Niagara Falls, it was more about I think the YouTube channel more than my art. Even though we would get to the park every now and then, it was just kind of hard to, except for the cards that I was creating last year. Those cards, they're still packed. I still plan on having them scanned or photographed and doing something with them. Um, but it's going to take me a while. So while I'm kind of on this right now, um, moving forward with my channel, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to be on. Um, I want to try to keep doing my regular Mondays with Nancy and my Fridays with Allison, because once we move out of this inn that we're at, I no longer get their internet, and where we'll be, my internet's going to be a little wonky because I'm going to be using my hotspot off my phone, and being in the mountains, especially a little bit, lower elevation than Medford, and Ashland being a town that doesn't want to install a lot of towers, which is a good thing, but at the same time, you kind of have that, handoff where they're more eco minded here. They want less, no big boxes, no,
Yep.
any large. So it's going to
Amen.
make connection harder until I can afford a regular internet for the place. So it may or may not take me a while to be able to. I mean, a lot of things are coming together that I didn't think were going to come together the way they did. So, but just a heads up moving forward that the channel will get picked up again because I love reading with Selena and Karen. I miss doing the poetry with you, my dear. Hello, Miss Moonlight. Thank you for joining us. I still want to do my last, Queen's Chamber with Miss Tarot D. She's my Queen of Hearts. She's my Queen of Cups. So, and I want to get back to doing some maybe art videos, live videos where I do art with Jonathan. So there's a lot of things that I do miss that I do want to pick up again. It's just going to take me a while. And I've noticed that since I've been here, um, I'm less likely inclined to do a lot of things that I did before because I think it's just the beauty here, the fresh air, being able to walk out my door, walk down a couple blocks, and see a herd of deer just walking around eating, and I can talk to them. The crows are there. These beautiful blue jays are there. I had this cute little video. I think I sent it to Allison of me having a little conversation with a squirrel, talking to him, and I would say something, it would go at me. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I can't describe it. It's a
Heather's going to be
cleansing.
busy walking outside
That's what I've been doing, and believe me,
and
my
getting
legs,
exercise and grounding and enjoy wildlife
and
and not
it's
being afraid to be outside because she's in a safe neighborhood.
yes, I can walk down the street now, and not worry about really
Mhm.
anybody. It's nice. It's just that the inclines here are very hard on my knees and my shins, and so I'm going to have to really work on getting rid of the inflammation again, and just but everything's going to fall into place. And I know there's going to be a name change for my channel. um, so I'm excited about moving forward. It's just going to take me a while, and I know that there are some folks. I do have a new phone number. My email is still the same. I don't give out my phone number to a lot of people. um, there have been people I've seen on Facebook, um, and here and there on YouTube that, again, my gratitude for all the love and support, especially when I lost, Ziva. If I missed any comments or people haven't been able to get a hold of me and I'm not responding, it's not that I'm being
Tom.
disrespectful or or off putting anybody. It's just I'm I'm busy, and on the times when we're not doing anything, I'm just like laying in a bed again. I've never had a bed. We haven't had a bed in what, over 10 years. So I'm enjoying laying in the bed, curling up with my kitty, playing, my games, or writing now, writing poetry and stuff. So this is going to be my time for self discovery, so that when I do come back stronger, or I come back more focused to YouTube, it's going to be more of a Heather channel, and not just kind of doing a little bit of smattering. I really want to focus on more deeper things like ancestral readings, bring more into my art. And what's this about Heather becoming a tree hugger? Heather moves out west and becomes a tree hugger. Dude, I was a tree hugger before I left. And I've had pictures over the years to prove it. I don't have them anymore, but I that one day at the Arboretum, I went up and I hugged it. Actually did a video. I told Shan, take a video of me. I was like, Allison, I'm hugging this tree for you. And I've done it for Nancy as well. So but Tom, I'm waiting for you to follow. Come on now. That would be the best photo ever of me hugging a tree. Oh, Tom, hug a tree. Yes. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And what did Karen say here? Okay, those oracle cards, Heather. I can't wait until I can purchase your. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to put that out there because to me, I don't see them as oracle cards. But if somebody feels strong to use them as an oracle and they can read them as an oracle, then I'm all totally for it. I pulled one out the other day to look at a couple, and for me, it was just more like a one focus kind of spirit. I am not going to put no limitations on them. They're going to be exactly for what
They're going to
anybody
be what they
needs them
are.
to be. Yeah, exactly. And right now, I'm just playing with my gouache, and just getting up in the morning first thing before Shan gets up, and playing with my paints and doing sketches, and going down by the cemetery when I can. Just beautiful shapes of trees. I can't wait to turn these into paintings, or even color, pencil, all from the trees that are here. Just absolutely beautiful. My little thumbnail sketches I did this morning after breakfast of the mountains. So, yeah, I'm definitely, you know, getting back into what getting back to Heather. um, hey, oh my God, Allison, look who's here. Sharon Rue Bartero. What's up, Sharon Rue? Oregon is beautiful. I'm loving it, and we should be getting papers finally signed for our new place next week. So it's good to see you, Sharon. I hope you guys come down at some point to visit. Ashland's beautiful.
This
You and your
moonlight.
sweetheart. Let's see. You're not a Mainer until you say, "Is that a new freckle or a tick?" A tick. Oh, I had one on me once. I'm like, Shan, get it off of me, get it off of me. I was just like, ugh. Um, but that's funny. I love that. What's this? I understand what you mean. For a second, my heart skipped a beat because I thought you were about to say, "Yeah, I'm not going to release those at some point." Um, I will. And Sharon is saying, I am pet sitting at another fabulous oceanfront home. Well, enjoy that ocean. Um, Shelby, yes. Ew, I hate ticks. And I actually have a friend who ended up getting that Lyme disease from a tick. So, yeah, you got to keep your
My
eyes out for those.
when I was still living in NorCal,
Hey,
my
Amanda.
my ex-husband and I had two Boston Terriers. And they both lived to be like almost 16, both of them. Um, anyhow, Romeo, my male,
Oh.
which was my favorite dog ever of all my dogs. Like so my favorite. But anyways,
Yeah, we've all had our favorites. Yeah, we
oh,
love them,
he
but we've all
just
had our
that
favorites.
yeah, that was my dog. Anyways, uh he got I don't know how else to say it. I'm just gonna say it. He got a tick right on the edge of the circle that's on his butt.
Ooh, ooh, his little pucker. Yeah.
And I had to remove it with tweezers. And it was not easy to do. And so what we ended up doing,
Painful.
John, my ex-husband, held him like this, like under his arm, and Romeo's head's here. He's holding him like this, and I stood on this side, and Romeo's tail was almost non-existent. Those of you that know Boston Terriers, they can be, their tails are, well, I'm sure you could do it, but I think you're complete. Anybody that docks their dogs in any kind of way, it's horrifyingly awful in my opinion. It's a terrible thing to do to an animal. But anyways, I was just to say their tails are not docked, but they look like they're docked because they have these funny little tails that are really short and they're often kind of weird shaped. Like our female Ruby, she had the weirdest, longest, ugliest tail. She was a beautiful dog, but her tail was really weird. And it was about that long. It was kind of, it looked like a pig's like weird tail. And then Romeo's was so short, it looked like he didn't even have a tail, but he did. He had one bone, and it like when he got really, really excited, it would just barely move. It was so funny. But anyways, why am I talking about that? His tail.
Because of the tick.
Anyways, yeah, but no, but it was on his butthole, right? The
So that-
tick.
that's
And so I had to get it off. And what we ended
poor
up
baby.
doing was I took I'm trying to think, remember now how we did it. I think I did it at first with a couple of real like strike wooden matches. After, as soon as you blow it out, it's still really hot, right? I was putting it on the tick, not on his skin, right? Because the tick is halfway out of his flesh, right? It's half in, half out, and it was in the skin, the surrounding area. Anyways, it finally backed out. And then, because I thought I was going to just have to grab it, pull it out, but I was trying to not upset my dog further because the ticks will back out of skin if they're still alive. They can, back right out. And that is what ended up happening. But oh my God, it was not good. And we did get it tested and all that, which is kind of overkill because honestly, in that area, Lyme disease is very, very rare. It's almost a waste of money to even run the test on the tick. But since I treated him like he was my firstborn, we did it and he was fine. So I'm gonna grab. Hold on.
Yeah, we had it when we were briefly in New Hampshire. I mean, you could walk through the grass or the field and just see them sitting on the blades of grass. And then when we get home with, especially with Lilu, thank God, her fur was really thin. So we would automatically have to, check her, make sure that
Put it away.
pull off whatever we saw. But somehow we missed me one day, even though my legs were completely covered. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" And Shannon's like, "Oh, that's a tick." And I'm like, "Oh, get it off of me!" So yeah.
Every time because I was a big trail runner for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years at one point when my son was really young. And I used to run around Phoenix Lake like every morning, believe it or not, I did. And I would check myself for ticks when I was done, and I never found any, but they were there in that area. And so I would always look and take my little, and I was dressed well for it. I didn't always wear like running tights, but I usually did for that reason. Just, so they go all the way down to your socks, and then you got your trail shoes on, and which are basically like running shoes, but they're made for the dirt. But yeah, no, ticks, you don't want to mess around with ticks.
Ooh, and Karen said
No.
Christopher Moole from Ghost Squad of Scotland. He showed photos of his tick bite. He had Lyme disease on top of his other health issues. Ooh, yes, that signature bullseye. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with
There
my
are
friend
people that have
Denise.
gotten rid of it. And the jury's out on approaches for that, but yeah.
Yeah, my friend Denise goes and sees a naturopath, and so, some days, it gets to be a bit much, but, um, for the most part, she's got it, pretty much under control, and she enjoys her naturopath and her things that, um,
And
that she
not to
works with.
bring carnivore into this, but there's a lot of people with Lyme disease that have not even carnivore, like lion diet, where it's just like beef and water, and have really been able, because some people get it really bad, have a really hard time with it. And certain autoimmune diseases. And if they just go, and I know it's a very beef and water, but to get your health back, yeah.
Let's this Shelby. What does Shelby say about this? Is interesting. There's a tick out there where it can make you really sick if you eat meat of some kind. Oh, maybe she meant some kind of
I don't
animal
know.
products. The Lone Star tick, it's called. I'll have to look that up.
Maybe
I've never
she
heard of that.
means if you eat the meat of an animal that has Lyme disease, maybe.
Maybe
No,
no.
when you get bit by the tick, you can't eat meat without getting sick.
Oh, so the tick makes you so sick that your body apparently can't digest meat, and the meat makes you sick.
The
That's
meat
what
is the most easily digest thing you can eat, so that can't be what it is. But there must be something to it. I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find, because I've never heard of that.
That's it.
Okay, and we have, oh, hello, we have Truth Wave Energy Meditation. Your name looks familiar. Hello and welcome. I don't know if you've joined Allison and I on a Friday night, but thanks for being here. Karen apparently knows you. So I love when we get to meet new people. Oh, Victor is his name. So welcome, Victor. Good to see you. And what a great name, True Wave Energy Meditation. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Shelby says, I learned this in my veterinary class. Oh, Shelby, you're taking a veterinary class. That's very cool. Um, so let's see. All wait a minute. Miss Moonlight says, all the ticks I'm infest I'm infested with love steak. Oh, just kidding. Okay. I was like, okay, I'm getting confused. So Victor is saying hello to you and I. Welcome, welcome. He does meditations. Ah, very nice. So, but yeah, what's this here? Oh, this is the answer. Shan says alpha. It's called alpha gall syndrome. Is a type of food allergy. It makes people allergic to red meat and other products made from mammals. Um, in the U.S., the condition usually begins with the bite of the Lone Star tick. The bite transfers a sugar molecule called alpha gal into the body. In some people, this triggers a reaction from the body's defenses, also called the immune system. It causes mild to severe allergic reactions to red meat, such as beef, pork, or lamb. It also can cause reactions to other foods that come from mammals, such as dairy products or gelatins. Interesting.
That sucks. It's terrible.
We learn something new every day. Oh, I'm sorry, Sharon. I see you talking about Foxy. She was 6 years old when she passed away. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And Miss Moonlight says, "Oh well, never heard of that." So, yeah, Shan's got his own phone now. So he's always looking up things and reading about things and stuff. So, well, I saw Allison's got her cards out. Is those the black and white ones with the
Yeah,
black
they were
border?
just on the table. I just picked them up, of course.
Were you in the mood for doing readings tonight?
I was actually pulling cards on for earlier. There's a true crime case there's a couple of them that I'm following.
Oh, is one of them two missing kids in Nova Scotia? Jackie just did a video live with Meg. I think her name is Megan.
Did she? Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of it. Yeah, I'm kind of loosely following it. I already have my own opinion on what happened. Of
Yay.
course, that's how our brains work, right?
Congratulations, Karen.
Congratulations, Karen.
Isn't that beautiful? So were you interested in doing them? I've got my tiles and I got my cards here.
No, I mean, you can't. I haven't done anything, and I don't like to read without,
setting up your protections and everything. And okay, Tom needs only 6 more to hit 400.
He says, hint, hint. I think everybody on here is
so let's get Tom up there. Yeah. So Sharon, sometime you'll have to do a true crime reading on my nephew's murder, still unsolved. Were there any questions? Well, we'll look into that, Sharon. I don't know when I'm going to be back up enough running to do the true crime, but I know we read, it's been 2 years? Oh my gosh, Sharon, it's been 2 years. Excuse me, and they still haven't solved your nephew's case. Oh my goodness.
Tom. Same here, Tom. I haven't done anything with my channel in
Tom,
forever. I've completely abandoned it. I mean, it's been months. I think what I'm gonna do though, once school lets out, I mean, I don't know how much, but I'm gonna do some of the astrology stuff or some of the zodiac readings, at least. And I will be absolutely, you guys, if I don't do it sooner, I'll be starting my other channel this summer for sure. Especially now that I've decided I'm taking the summer off. I'm not going to be working, so I will have time.
And don't forget, Tom, you told Allison before I moved that you wanted to do some murder crow, a murder of crows tarot deck or something readings. You guys both got a crow deck or a tarot deck with the crows. So we got Shelby that just subscribed. Thank you. Fire up those accounts for Tom. Thank you, everybody. Tom, everybody's putting your that's wonderful. Thank you, mods. So yeah, Sharon's nephew was murdered, and it's been 3 years since her and I read on the case. And Sharon, I don't know if Jackie read with us on that. But yeah, when I get up and running and I have a solid connection, there we go. A murder of crow readings. What? Oh, reading on a murder with murder. Tom,
a murder of crow readings. So I think he's saying a grouping of readings because a murder of crows is a group of crows. Yeah. I think he's being cheeky.
Not Tom, not Mr. Sassy Pants.
And I would love to, Tom, you should have me on.
There you go. And Tom's like, see, Allison gets it. Yeah,
See,
well,
you're one of it's oh, never mind, I'm not gonna say that. I was just gonna say something that it'll totally get taken the wrong way, so I'm not even gonna say it.
and yes, Tom, you are a good reader. Tom's done a couple readings for me, and they've all panned out. So, in let's see, what's this here? Hey, anyone interested in remote viewing practice? Um, I don't think I have a skill for that. I know that Karen's been, I think, working on that. She says it's so much fun.
My brain is way too busy
Yes.
for that. There's no way. Um,
And Tom's
I
like,
am gonna
yes,
work on some of my stuff. My stuff. This
your
summer.
stuff.
I'm getting the spiritual nudge. Probably for my spirit team. I'm not gonna say who, but there's a couple people in our community that I have just read looking at them on camera. Just and I don't
Just
mean like
now?
a super detailed, no.
Oh,
Um, and so that's interesting because that is I know that we can do that because we do readings for people all the time, but like you'll
mhm.
see, and that's also advice to people. I mean, because I'm not going to share it with anybody, but like if somebody can see you, and read you or get like a download or information when you're not even looking for it, you're leaving yourself open and you don't have your protections up. Don't I should never be able to look at you and just get information, right?
Okay. I see what you
Um,
mean now. So if you're properly protected, then you should be able to read somebody right away. You should ask your
doesn't
guide
mean that
to do
I'm
it.
right, but I would think so. Like I got my stuff up always. Like you're not, if you think that you're getting something off of me, you're making it up. You're not really getting anything because I'm always protected, surrounded.
Ah. So that was
So,
one of the things
and
like
I assumed everybody else did that, but it's like, no, they don't. I know they
yeah.
don't. So,
Okay, bye
yeah.
Shelby. Thanks for being here. Yeah, because Allison and I have a friend, Scott. I haven't talked to Scott in a while. He just had a birthday. I didn't realize that, so I wished him happy birthday. But he does a tries. Well, he does the Akashic. He's been studying on doing Akashic, and that's actually how I met Allison, was through Scott, because he says I'm going to start doing these Akashic readings for free to get practice. Have you heard of Aries Girl Virgo Moon? I'm like, no, who is that? And so I got to meet Allison watching her reading, and then he did one for me. But and he wasn't the first one to say this, but there he said he had a hard time kind of like picking up certain things because I had a shield up, or I had something up where I didn't want.
Yes.
And it was just like, well, for me, I had asked to, ask my guides to let, him receive information because I wanted to learn about. And so if he got some stuff from me, but the things that he wasn't able to really get much, I'm just wondering if that's because it's not me putting up a boundary. It's my guide saying, no, this is something you can't know right now, or you're not meant to know in this lifetime. I think that's possible. And then with like a Reiki treatment that I had um, years ago, the woman said that it took a while before my energy would open up where she could do the work with me. She goes, because there was like a protection or something around that she couldn't connect with. And but I don't remember doing that. I mean, now that I'm older, I understand what that means, but yeah, I'm thinking that if I'm willing to be open and say, ask my guides, okay, I give permission. If something still doesn't come through, then that means I'm probably not meant to know that.
That too.
At least
And
that's my.
I'll go ahead and mention now, and Heather already knows this because we talked about this. Um, my sister, um, not once, but twice, um, two different people that she went to see paid money to have readings done. One of them was it Akashic? Is that right? No. Wow, that's so weird. I can't remember now. But okay, doesn't matter. But readings, well known in this area, not cheap either. Both times they couldn't get access and returned her money. She didn't have to pay for a read. They couldn't even get in. So that's a
Wow.
thing. So
Do you
yep.
think it was because her guides didn't want her to know a certain something, or they just didn't have
Maybe they
the
didn't trust. Maybe
ability?
her guides didn't trust the psychics. Maybe I don't know. But obviously, they're not full of shit, or they would have just gave her a reading and just made up
Mhm.
some gibberish crap.
Which some people do.
I don't know, but they weren't able to get in. And so
And I think I might have asked you this before. Have you done readings for your sister? Have you pulled cards for her? I think we might have talked about that
yeah,
before, but it's
I
been so
did a
long.
couple times. She had me like specific questions about a couple different things that she wanted an insight into, situations that she was dealing with. And then I've pulled cards a couple different times for my niece, whose birthday was this week, which is crazy. She is 33 now. What? So crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, and my sister's a medium. And she doesn't work with it. She
Like
doesn't.
mine.
It kind of freaks her out, and she's very intuitive, and she picks up on some of our dead relatives. And she doesn't ever go looking for it, and it just shows up. Like I've said before more than once, and on here, it's like I would love to have her gifts. I would absolutely love it. But
Same thing. My
yeah,
sister can see, has seen spirit, and she just completely shuts it down. So,
right.
I mean, I have once at least, but other than that, mm-mm. So they're still talking about they're talking about the remote viewing. But we are at 6:08, which
So,
is 9:08.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we're at 9:08 your time. So, didn't know what your time limits were.
I'm
Or
fine unless you
okay,
want to go.
I'm good.
So I don't see it there now. And Karen
Is there?
said something. So to me, remote viewing, from my understanding, is when you or whoever is able to kind of like drop in and see something from the perspective of the person or situation, the person that's experiencing it or the situation. Like I know, like in like I know that like some of the, God, what word do I want to use? There's people in organized groups in our country, I won't use the words, that hire people to remote view on other countries and their groups of people, right? So they hire these remote viewers, and these remote viewers, these people, they're not where those other people are, and they're able to go into like a, whatever the hell, meditative state, whatever. They're able to view this through their mind's eye or whatever and see what's going on and actually get some real supposed information. But then I saw Karen writing on here, and she says, "Oh, but it's not like spine or whatever." So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what we're talking about then, because what I'm talking about is spine. So there's probably something else that's called remote viewing. Is what
Maybe
I'm
looking
assuming.
at maybe not just necessarily people, but
Not
just
spying in
like
a dirty way, but it's spying. If you're not there and it's not your information and you're looking at it, that is spying. So I think there's probably something else that's called remote viewing,
they
is
don't
what I'm
remote.
saying.
She says I don't remote view people. It's like locations. I think and things and stuff.
So just like a place, but you're not looking at people, like you want to remote view Mount Shasta? I
something
mean,
like
or
that.
or is that what
Yeah.
she means?
Yeah, just yeah, Karen, because you're mentioning that they're not remote viewing people. So I'm assuming that people will kind of like go into like caves or things, or maybe like pyramid, places. I'm just trying to imagine places that I think would be interesting. Let's see, you learn RV. Wait a minute,
Target images only.
yeah,
So I want to know what that means. You learn remote viewing by seeing target images. So like somebody knows what the thing is, and then you see if you're right. Is that what that means?
Karen, do you want to join us and talk about it? We'd be happy to have you if you can. Miss Moonlight says MK Ultra stuff. Yeah, you gotta be careful. That's where you start getting in with, you know, um, messing with people's minds and programming people and stuff and whatnot. She says just a picture. Um, so
Or a thing.
a picture or a thing. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, does somebody, you're getting this, I'm missing an important piece of information here.
Karen, if you can. Oh, she could join us. She's a hot mess. Girl, look at me. I mean, come on. So there's the link if you want to join Allison and explain more.
Yeah, Heather, come on. Or Karen.
Ding ding ding. Yep, ding dong.
Yeah, because I want her to explain too, because I'm missing something here. I don't understand what she's saying. Like, I'm assuming there's somebody that's like setting the stage, and then she goes in to view it and then sees if she can see the thing that they're talking about, the picture that they're dropping or whatever. I would assume that's what that means.
Tom says Karen is joining. She wants to speak to the manager.
Tom.
There she is. Okay. Let me add her to. There she is.
I'm laughing because I just ripped my stand off my desk again. Hold up. We've got some ears on my desk. What? Hold up. We gotta be
she's got to put some
here.
ears on.
Hold up.
Just grab your closest ears.
Hang with me here.
She's putting on her remote viewing.
Hold on, there's some rabbit ones. Let me just put on these.
My desk again.
Her little antennas for remote viewing. There she is.
Can you please explain?
Gladly. Okay, you know what? Let me attach this thing and we'll do exactly what we do.
Take your time. Actually, you do what you're gonna do. Let me grab my beverage. I'll be right back.
Let me time my sound and stuff. I'm gonna reattach the camera. I just tore off the stand. It's right here.
Yeah, because like I said, I know I'll missing
be right back,
something.
And we'll play some remote viewing practice. How's that?
Ooh, okay.
All right. This is fun.
We're gonna have a class.
Heck yeah. All right, I like it.
I don't have any antennas to wear though. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I got rid of everything. I don't have anything. I am really stripped down over here.
So, hey Tom, you can always join too. We can make it a party. We can make it a remote viewing party.
Oh, really quickly while we're waiting for Karen to come back. You said that Jackie did a reading on Lily and Jack
with a girl named Meg, and she's got a channel that she
was it done on Jackie's channel?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't get the notification. I'll just go look for it.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I have a bunch of people that I'm not subscribed to anymore.
Did you get
people that I didn't remove? They're just not there. I guess because I don't watch a lot of YouTube anymore, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think if you don't watch somebody's channel for a while, I think
they shouldn't. They just do that.
I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's what Steven told me when we would talk, backstage.
Because I feel like
the phone is that
everybody hangs out in mine.
YouTube will go
so
through
busy.
and they'll do like an audit, and they'll clear out people who doesn't have channels anymore that don't use them. They get
See, that's
cleared
what I'm
out
saying. And
and
I'm
things and
wondering.
stuff.
Oh, I do have an
Yeah.
RWS
And if
deck.
people
Okay.
don't say subscribe to, which is weird
Why is it
because
in there?
I don't see a lot of people on my channel, and I have over 1,000 now, and I don't even see anywhere near that many that pop in. So, and for me too, I was getting hit with so many notifications that I, intentionally unsubscribe from
Hold on. I'm trying to find
people,
my study deck. Hold on.
and then just would go and look for their channels so that I wouldn't get inundated. I can't think of the word.
Inundated.
Inundated. Thank you. And Miss Moonlight says, I could see you being a minimalist, Allison.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
she's very minimalist. Yes.
And then I
So.
slowly acquire things, and then once a year, like I'm doing it right now, I go through and I get rid of anything that I've acquired that I don't need, or I don't want this, or I haven't touched that, or
Mhm.
yeah.
And yes,
Yeah.
Mama Sushi, remote viewing. Karen's going to give us a little lesson. She's just trying to get her camera stand put together, and maybe her little ones settled in. Because with something like that, you need to be grounded. So
Where is she?
Karen is in.
Isn't she in South Carolina?
Yep.
Yeah, her kids are probably in bed. It's 9:15 there.
Well, sometimes she does night shows, and you can still hear them playing. So.
Right. I'm just saying it's Bill, maybe. I don't know.
The people
My kid
here
was
that
always in
stay,
bed at 7, but everybody's different.
the kids here, sometimes they have them out at until 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
I have Geminis.
Mm.
They get up out of bed. I mean, it's like a constant thing.
And the kids are people, right? I could talk about this for 2 hours, but we're not going to go into this. They're all different. My son, Karen, just really quickly, he's a Taurus, but he's literally got 6 Gemini placements. So he's
Gemini. Wow.
yeah, he's you'd be interested to see his chart. He's just got is it 5? He has five Gemini placements. He's a Taurus. Thank God he's a Taurus sun, because he'd just fly away, right?
That's like a super stellium.
But he he feels very Gemini.
All right, I'm good.
He feels very Gemini. But no, I put him to bed at his school that he went to. They encouraged, and everybody was on the same page. But yeah, he went to bed at 7. It was huge. It was really good. But I just had the one, so it was a lot easier with one. So, and
I don't know. I was a tough one to put to sleep too when I was younger.
I got really lucky with that.
Like
he'd lay down and he'd be out 5 minutes later, and he stayed in bed. So
my Taurus son, totally different story.
Yep.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I don't know where my RWS deck. As y'all know, my whole thing is just a mess. I'm trying to sort, organize right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guard. It got wrecked. Okay, so I'm going to like, you'll think about it being the RWS just for me to know what card it is or whatever. I'm using my light seers right now, but let's just think of it like actually, let's do the light seers and see if you see what's on that card. Let's try it with a totally different deck. This could be interesting.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm about to explain.
Oh, okay. And I don't know the Light Seers deck. I just know that I never wanted it.
It doesn't matter.
Going to Karen's plane.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
I can't see the comments at the same time without having a big pop-up window. All right, I'm not going to complain about things right now.
Can we do Rider Waite imagery?
I don't.
As we all know. Do you have to show? Actually, I'll just shut up. Go ahead and tell us what you're going to tell us.
It doesn't really matter because it's whatever the image is. Like if it was an AI image of like a pyramid or a piece of art or something, like what you do is, and he says like, okay, we're going to like randomly name the image, okay? He always does these things. His name's Matt, so Actually, I don't know. Was his cat's name Max or was his name Max? I get really confused about that because he has a cat there too that's really cute. I was about to say, if you don't want to go for there, go for the cat.
I have my RWS tiles. Karen, do you want me to pull a tile so it's an
Yeah,
RWS?
and then and then like you know what it is, and then nobody else knows what it
Oh,
is.
Oh, so that's what we're doing.
it's like an
So
ESP.
she pulls a tile and then we're trying to see what she pulled. Okay.
Oh, so it's like
I'm
like
not
That's
the
all
right
it is. It's
space to do this, but I could totally have fun with this at
yes.
the right time. But
Let's
okay.
call it. We're gonna call it a target image.
Okay.
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 And what Max suggests, okay, he always names them like B 1899, and he says write down B 1899 B. It like write it down 3 times, and then sometimes even just draw a symbol, just whatever you see in your head. And also, he suggests as a protection method because people are really into like tapping into people who can do this sort of thing. To give yourself goosebumps. Just think about it. I didn't think I could do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. He said that's a way to protect yourself. I learned that one from him. And then he just gives us about I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes. And people just write in all caps and just, and you try not to look at other people's answers, And yeah, it's so much fun. And the things that people put up there that they see, and you're like, there's no way this can be right. And then, like, some of the ones where I'm like, there's no way I'm even close. I was on point. Sometimes I'm like,
Miss
what?
Tarot D, it's not sleeping with goats, it's staring at goats.
So, okay, so Heather,
Yes.
is gonna pick our tile, and
It's right
when
here.
she picks it, we're gonna call the image. Okay, you've got it, and we're gonna call it B 1899. Okay. This is without me. I gotta go. I'm so sorry.
All right, go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay. So she had to go just totally out of the blue. Really quickly, let's come back to your tile. I'm just curious. I know I don't know what it is, but I'm going to ask you a couple different things just for the hell of it because we already did this part. I don't think it's a major arcana. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay. Is it a cups?
No.
Okay. Is it a wands? Those are the two things that I got. I got cups and I got wands. Okay. All right. Well, I got, at least I got the okay. So is it swords or is it pentacles?
It's a sword.
The sword.
No, Tom. Does it have a cross?
Is it 4?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Well,
I don't know what it is. I
Yeah.
am tired. I've had a bunch of caffeine to stay awake, and I am not
can't.
grounded and didn't do shit today with my altar. So it's not the time.
Ding, ding, ding. Someone got it right. Wait a minute. Making sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Someone
Why
got
do
it
you
right.
count them?
Sometimes my eyes, I don't know.
Don't you know the picture when you look at it?
Honey, sometimes I get confused, or that's just my memory, and I have to recount to make sure I understand which one I'm looking at. Sometimes I have to do that with some of them. It is the 8 of Swords.
Yeah, that's the 8.
Moonlight got it. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sorry. I mean, from the image, you don't see the image and just know what card it is?
Well,
The answer is no. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. I just
certain
didn't.
times where it doesn't connect, and I have to
Okay.
remind myself and look at it and make sure I'm like, okay.
Does that have to do with when you're tired?
Not always. Every now and then, it just
okay.
so. But Miss Moonlight got it. Ding, 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 ding. Why is Allison yelling at Heather?
Because why is Allison yelling at Heather?
Because she picks on me sometimes.
I'm not. I'm just being serious. I'm like, because she knows the cards. I know she knows them. That's why I'm like, what do you mean? I was ready for you to say they're so small on the. I thought you were going to say because they're so small on the tiles you can't see them when you're tired. I was waiting for you to say that. And you weren't saying that, so I'm like, well, I don't understand. That's all.
Sometimes, like with the 7 of Swords or the 5 of Swords, sometimes because to me they have similar meanings, I have to recount. Sometimes I go, okay, making sure it's just something that my brain has to do. Sometimes I have to kind of like it's a Heather thing. So wait a minute, what's this? Allison puts the kicks inside.
So for me, and I can only speak for me, this is interesting actually. Let's talk about this for a second. So like for me, I never, although I do know my Roman numerals, I never read the Roman numerals.
This is your PFFB store. Victor, you don't have to go. Tom says,
like I just see the picture and it's just the card. And then I think maybe some people do look at the Roman numeral, but to me, it's like you see the image and you know what the card is. But I think now I'm realizing maybe not everybody does it that way.
It's rare that it happens, but every now and then, you know, or I'll pull something thinking really quick. I know what I grabbed, and then I'll look and go, oh shit, wait a minute, this isn't, you know, and I'll have to read. That's why. So sometimes to make sure I don't make the mistake again, I'm like, oh yep, okay, that's right. This is 7. This is this card. This is. It's just how my brain works.
Right.
Every now and then. So, Tom says, I need Allison and Steven together.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I would love
it sounds like
Steven
everybody's
join
gonna be
us.
on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we already chatted about it a little bit.
So Victor took on Miss.
Oh my God, you guys. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say.
Let's try one more. For shits and giggles. My tiles have been sticking though, especially here where.
And I'll pull one for you.
Okay, now
Oh my
it's all the red
God.
feet and picture.
Yeah, I'm so angry.
There.
Oh my God. I'm probably the
Okay.
least angry person that I know, honestly.
So I pulled one, and I'm projecting.
Okay. Oh, is it a major?
No.
It's not? Okay, I am not going to be able to do this. Okay, that's no way to get the answer right, Allison. Okay. Okay, do me a favor. Say the suit.
I just
Like
gave you
if
a
it's
hint.
cups, just in your mind, just keep saying cups, or swords, or whatever. Do that and see if I can get that.
It's a cups. Well, you said cups, and you got the cups.
No, I said.
Oh,
Never mind. Okay, now I know that it's cups. Okay.
oops.
Say to yourself,
Want a hint?
not with your mouth. Say what the card is and see it in your mind. I had the 5 of cups just come to me. But that doesn't mean that that's
Ooh.
it's
Off
is
by
it the
one.
4? This is the guy sitting on the
I
tree.
went like this. Yeah, I give you a little. Yep.
All right, let me pull one. Do you want me to get my rider weight? Or do you just want me to use my skeleton tarot?
Just use your
It's the, you
skeleton.
know what? It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing. It is.
I love these.
It's just they're in skeletons. All right, I'm gonna pull a card and we'll see if anybody here can
God,
get
good
it.
luck with that. With Heather's brain being fried after today. Hi, Judith. Cups. Double D. Ha 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 ha.
All right.
Miss Moonlight,
Okay.
that's good. Heather's giving clues. Blues
All right.
Clues.
You
Yeah,
guys,
there's
do you
clues.
guys want to see it and we just won't show it to Heather? Or does everybody want to guess?
Here, I'll close my eyes.
Does everybody want to guess? Hold on, honey. Let's see what everybody says. Do you guys want to see it or do you guys want to guess? Let's see what Tom says.
Tom, what say you? Tom.
All right. Mama Sushi says she wants to guess.
Okay.
She thinks I'm mean to you.
Uh,
Hello, waiter. All right. Nobody's saying anything. All right. We'll just do the guessing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm being drawn to a major.
Yep.
Okay. Double just popped it in my head. Okay.
No. Although, well, no. I was going to say, no.
Okay, how about Justice?
Oh, I think we do need to use the rider weight.
Justice?
Nope.
Let's see. Oh, Mama Sushi and I both picked Justice. Tom said the Chariot. Miss Moonlight said Death.
I'm going to go get my rider weight. If you guys want to do this just for a couple minutes, I think it'd be fun. We'll just do a couple more and see.
Well, at least I got the majors right. Oh.
You want to guess again, or do you just
No.
want me to show it to you?
Just go ahead and show me. I'm curious because I keep getting the devil. Oh, the strength card. Interesting. And that's my life path number 8.
Yep.
Well, at
Right,
least I
let
got
me
the
go
major
grab
right.
my rider weight real quick.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining us. Let's see, Miss Taro D said, I just watched the Cottage Village Witch earlier, and now all I can think of is 6 of Pentacles. Well, that was us today, Miss Taro D. You know, people, handing out and helping us, because we've given, and so we were able to accept the help from other people. So that 6 of Pentacles is a beautiful card.
All right, I grabbed my mini deck, which I've which I haven't touched in a long time. I like how this shuffles, though.
Miss Taro D, I do hope you can get the tiles someday. They are wonderful. I do love. You would not believe what I just pulled out of this bag.
Strength.
Remember, I said the Justice card a little while ago. Miss
Oh.
Moonlight and I, or Mama Sushi, we both said Justice. Now, if it was the devil, then So, Christina, Allison's going to pick a card, and then for fun.
All right, one more.
So Karen's okay.
Wow. Jesus, Allison. I can't believe I used to shuffle these all the time. Things are tiny. I used to use this deck all the time.
Shuffle.
All right.
And Judith says, Allison, I love your dress.
Oh,
It
thank
is
you.
pretty.
Thank you. This is my favorite summer dress. I wish I had bought several of these when I bought it because it's super, super, super thin. And when it's hot out, even though it's long, it's the only sundress that I have that's long. It's so light, and it's yeah. It was hot today. It wasn't as hot as it seemed, but it was the first hot day, and so it just seemed even hotter. So anyway, okay, I got a card.
Okay, Mama, it's all right. And Karen, it's okay, my sweetheart. We know that you're going through issues with him again. So much love to you, my dear. But we've been having fun, so you kind of got the party started here. Yes, you do, sweetheart. Yes, you do. All righty. Keep freezing up. Are you going to pull a card? Hi, Eternal Light. Good to see ya.
Okay. You said I'm freezing.
A couple times on my end you froze, but that's because probably of the
Yeah,
internet. Here.
my Wi-Fi is so fast. It's on your end.
My Wi-Fi is so fast it can't.
It is. No, I finally when I switched, I've got like, and I even have an app that lets me look at it, and it's like it's crazy. It's like it's yeah, you're using whatever they're supplying you with there, so it probably
Yeah.
gets glitchy or weird or whatever. But hey, it works, right? Yes, it works just fine. Okay, I have a card. Do we want to? You want to
Minor.
try again, and then I'll do one.
Okay, minor.
Yes.
Okay. I keep going back and forth between wands and swords. Swords. No. Okay. Wands. I suck at this.
No, we just didn't. Well, we didn't get our lesson, and I just thought we would do it a couple just for the hell of it.
Miss
I'm
Moonlight,
sure
is it
Karen
bigger
was
than
going
a
to
bread
tell us
box?
some things. It's also not the right Tom goes, I hate this game.
I hate this game.
We're all right. Do you want to? All right. It's cups. Do you want to try to guess what it is? Let me. I'll
Eight
make
of
it even
Cups.
easier. It's a court card. Who is this?
Oh.
Try to concentrate on that. Right. It's
Okay.
one of 4 cards. I'm looking at it and I'm concentrating on what it says.
King.
Yep.
I got one sort of right.
And that might be a
Probably
way to do it too, right? So I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this or not. And I'm actually pretty good at this when I was doing it and I didn't keep with it and whatever. So what I would do is I would pull a card, right? And then I would cut the deck in half. Or no, I would think of a card and I would cut the deck in half and I would sit there and look at them and or run my hands over it. I realized I didn't even need to use my hands. I would just sit there and look at it and really concentrate. Which stack is it in? I got really good at that. Like the Empress card, where is it? Look at both decks, it's in this stack. Go through and it would be there. Or you could make 4 piles, put whatever, the strength card, one of them, where is it? Or 3. I did 3 more than anything. I would do 2 or 3 stacks. And then I would lay down like 2 or 3 cards and run my hands over them. Like I knew what 3, like I'd have the Magician, the Empress, and whatever the hell, right?
That's what I was
Strength.
doing earlier.
Which one, where are they?
Deal.
You can get pretty good at that. It's pretty cool.
Tom says, I keep seeing the Page of Cups, so I don't know what that means for me. Well, you know, tarot, look up the Page of Cups. It's
Keep
a
seeing the
message
Page of
for you.
Cups, so I don't know what that means for me.
So, Karen, I got my, no, I'm going to keep using my tiles, a picture of a place, a piece of artwork. Well, I got one for Allison right here.
You got what?
So I'm going to set it right there.
I am not any good at this. Right now.
Well,
okay.
You said you would go next now.
I did. Okay.
You did.
All right. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to look at it and I want you to really be concentrating on the picture on it if you can. With your eyes open, like you're looking at it.
Okay.
I don't think it's a major. Is it a major? It's not cups.
Nope.
It's not swords.
Nope. Mama Sue
I
says,
can't
"Who
decide
voted?"
if it's pentacles or if it's wands.
Let me focus a little bit more.
Is it wands?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, here we go.
Okay. I don't know if it's a pip or a court. Ugh.
Well, I'll help you out. It's not a court.
Okay. Thank you. Is it 3? I got 3 and 8. That's all I got. Because I saw, but I don't know. What is it?
Okay, Karen says the scenery. Do you see scenery?
Oh, the scenery. Okay.
So far, nobody in chat's gotten
It's
it
not
right.
2 or 3.
Mm-mm.
Because I want to say, okay. Why did I say, okay. All right. Hold on. Is there a horse?
No,
Is it the 7?
no.
I don't know. Might be the 9. Oh, it's the ace. Oh, you
You're
know what?
close.
You know what? I got that and I missed it. Doesn't mean that I was actually picking up on it. My mind said it anyways at one point. Maybe I was told. Okay.
And
Interesting.
Karen
That's
says,
actually pretty cool. I don't even know how to do this. I was just goofing around.
and she says, and don't give any hints. Just everyone fires off.
I did
Everything
too, Miss
feelings
Moonlight. That's what I'm
works.
saying. Then I was like, okay, so what if I just plow right by it, Allison
Yeah.
style? Okay.
The columns. I kept seeing something straight. See how
Mm.
that works. Gotcha.
See, and that's why I was I saw so the 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's moving out into as he's already started his journey, but then I was seeing the 8 flying through the air. And then I was like, well, and I thought, well, maybe the 3 was actually the 2 when Karen said that about anyways. That's very cool. That's fun. I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
how we're supposed to be doing this. I'm still curious to talk to Karen. But she said, see how that works, question mine. It gives you confidence you can really see things in your mind's eye. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Karen, when you get settled down and you know that you can join Allison and I on a Friday, we'll be able to have you on, and then we can do a live. You can walk us through it. So, but yeah, very cool. Men who stare at tarot cards or tarot tiles or people. So
Very interesting.
yes, and Amanda's like encore. Yes. So well, we
Maybe
are
that's
at
something we could
7.
throw in here or there. We could just do like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
then people could handle
And
it.
Miss
Like we
Moonlight
just
said
did a
this was
couple.
fun. So
Yeah.
thanks, Care Bear, for sharing. Definitely. And Karen went ahead and put the
Hello.
Mac. Oh, where's my Lulu?
Hi. She's sneaking over to the water dish.
Oh. So Max is no Victor is going to be on tonight. Called or is this Max? Oh no, Max is doing it. Max remote viewing class is tonight. So get some Zener cards. Interesting. But that's interesting. When people keep guessing a certain card or they keep seeing a certain number, for all we know, that may very well be a message, you know.
So for
Ooh,
me,
it's
and I
okay,
wanted to
doesn't
learn more how to actually do this kind of thing, but what I was doing, I just kind of had
Bye,
like a
Miss
focal
Tarot D.
point, and I was just by Miss Tarot D, and I just was looking up, and I just got like, and it's kind of like what I do with the cards when I'm like doing a find a card is just feeling, and I was like with the cups, I'm like this, like nope, and the
Hi, Karen.
and the swords. And that's what I was like, but then I was like, when I was looking at the pentacles and the wands, they both kind of looked but then it almost seemed a little bit more of the wands. And it was, but I wasn't sure. So yeah.
Well, we never done it before, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I'm late.
It's
I'm
fun.
fatigued. I'm tired. I've been up since like 4:45 and I've had
It's
coffee
been a
and
long day
I
for me
never have
too.
coffee this late, but I do in order to, that's my Friday night thing.
Used to be her Friday night jam. So
I would like to do, I'll just say this one last thing. If there's a way to do, like Karen was saying about the scenery or whatever. Um, like there'd be a way to like do some sort of a remote view, a game, whatever, where you're seeing
mm,
something in the card. It's interesting. I always I can't even talk. I am getting tired. It's funny how even still, once in a while, even though I don't really use this deck, but I have other Rider Waits, every once in a while I'll see something in one of the cards that I never noticed. And I've really looked at these
that
cards.
happened.
I have really
Yep.
looked at them, but clearly I haven't seen everything because every once in a while I'll see
This
something and
came
be
out
like,
again.
oh, what's
Came
that?
out again.
The Eight of
That
Swords.
came
Yep.
out again. I was just randomly reaching in, so
Yep. Stuck in thoughts.
yep.
Um,
Created prison. Well, hello. Oh, he likes my ribbons on this bag. So he just finished eating and he saw mommy with her bag with her ribbons. Yes, you don't chew on those. Those are not you. Those are not for you. Yeah. Get those closed up. So and put over there. So it is what 10? No, I'm still doing
9:50.
9:50 your time. So
Yeah.
let's see. So Tom says that he has ESP cards that are artisan made. Ooh, sweet. And yeah, and Miss Moonlight. Try to remember her post my vintage set. Very cool. So what? What? Was there anything else we wanted to talk about? Did we want to sign off for the night? What's going on?
I can't think of anything.
And he says, Mommy, I want your attention. Oh, excuse you. See, everybody gets to see you, but I didn't get to see my Lulu. That's okay. I'll see Lulu another time because Auntie Allison sends me nice little pictures.
She's back in her. Oh, I'll share a little dog news really quick. Not this is a big deal, but so I had my carpet cleaned. I have carpet in the bedroom. I hate carpet, as I'm sure I've probably gone on here because I know I went on somewhere about it. Anyways, but nonetheless, it's here because I rent. Anyways, I got it cleaned. Lulu doesn't like um anything that's out of the ordinary going on or anything that's loud or whatever. So when the guy came here to clean the carpet, I set her up a little hiding space. I have a crate that used to be Romeo's years ago, and I've just kept it because you never know where you're gonna need. That's one of those things that you just don't get rid of, right? And
Mhm.
so, but I had it in my little storage area or storage, I have a small storage space. Anyways, I got it and I set it all up for her and whatever. And then I was hoping she would start using it because because of her heart murmur, I don't like her doing, she has her bed is in a chair, a little chair that I have. And she likes it there. I've always called it her bird nest because it's up high and it's like a perch and she likes to be there and that she
Aw.
likes to do it, but it's like it takes energy for her to jump in there and I don't, and she won't not that's her bed. Like that's where she wants to be. And it's just like, so I left the crate out. It's next to my big chest and it's kind of like secluded and I've made it kind of dark and covered it up and whatever. And she's finally started going in it, which is nice. She sleeps in both places. She also sleeps in the armchair. So, I mean, she makes her rounds, you know, she's got a blanket in all these places. Um, but I'm glad that she's using because eventually I'm going to pull her bed out of the chair. The chair is going to disappear. Her bed won't disappear, but she's going to get pissed. But it's like, it's for her own. I just don't want her doing that. She fell one day getting up there because she had her jacket
Aw.
on. Well, we just come in from outside and she is right spot on. She still had her jacket on and she fell on her side and she like got the wind knocked out of her and she was making this crazy noise and it
Aw.
about scared me half to death. I just thought she was gonna die. And I was her heart. She was fine. In hindsight, I was like, oh, she got the wind knocked out of her. That's why she was making that crazy noise. Because within a minute or so, she was fine. So, but anyway, yeah. So she's got her little
Oh, poor baby.
she's old. She's got a heart murmur. It sucks. I know, but
She's my favorite because she makes me think a little bit about
yeah,
my Lulu, whose name
right.
should be
And she's
Lulu.
super cute, but yeah, they get old too quick.
Yeah.
And like you, I think after this I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna have any more. And I love having cats and dogs. I've had it my whole life, but and Anthony
It's
is
hard.
allergic and we're gonna be together and it's a compilation of things that I've just decided after this, I'm done. We might get a bird eventually, honestly. I wouldn't mind
Oh, a
having
bird
a
would be nice.
yeah,
Sammy's
there's a
had a
couple different
pair.
birds that I've always kind of thought it would be kind of cool to have a bird. Through the Humane Society here, you can get like on a call list if they get in any birds, which is how I would acquire one. That's the only way I would do it. And yeah, maybe we'll see. I don't know. So yeah,
So,
they don't live long
everybody,
enough.
and
They don't live
it's
long enough.
heartbreaking when you gotta say goodbye to them.
I think Scout.
Not,
I mean, I
to
hate even thinking
cosplay.
about it or talking about it, but Scout is like probably we're guessing like around 11 years old, maybe 12. He acts like he's like 5. I mean, he's blind in one
So
eye
this one
and
here.
he's deaf, but you wouldn't even know it. It's like he gets around just fine and he's springity sprung and he's tons of energy and he's always really happy. And he had that weird thing that happened a few months ago. Well, as soon as he
Mm-hmm.
got over that, it's like he's had no lasting effects from that or not. I mean, I could have him another 4 or 5 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm just
Mozzie's
saying.
15 and he's still, he he doesn't play like a kitten, but he does get moments where I pull out the little feather thing and he wants to run around and play and
Our
you
orange
know,
tabby was 21.
wow.
And then that's exceptional, but
Well,
she
Ziva
was
was
21.
19. Yeah. So, well, on that note, thank you everybody for joining Allison and I for another Friday night. And thank you, Karen, for having I like bugs. I know I saw that. My childhood cat was
Tom's
20.
cat was 20. Yep. And
Yeah,
she
Ziva
was
was my
mine.
oldest.
Madeline.
Yeah.
Yep. She's an orange
Oh.
tabby. And she had, let me just say this, she
Yeah.
had the worst care because my mom didn't do crap for our animals. She just didn't know any better. My mom was just, bless her heart, she just didn't know. And yeah, she had the shittiest cat food, probably cheapest cat food you could buy, probably because that's how my mom was. And I don't know if she ever went to the vet. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing for cats. I think is well, anyways. Um, she was an indoor, outdoor. Big mouser, big mouser. Yeah. And then my sister moved out, got married and whatever. And then 6, 7 years later, whatever it was, my mom was moving out of that house. And so my sister took her cat back, Madeline. And at that point, Madeline was like, she's probably 15 or 16 then. She lived for like another 5 years. She was 21. And she
Tommy,
was
right.
so old. She was like, she walked really slow. But she was happy and she'd sit there and she'd purr. And she got kind of skinny in the end.
It's
And
going to sound like me when I get older.
she'd use her box and everything, but it like she'd walk really slow and her claws would get stuck once in a while on something because she didn't like retract her nails as much anymore or something. But she always, and then she just died. She just died. She didn't so I don't know if she had a heart attack or what she did, but one day she just didn't wake up and she had crossed. And but she was always happy and she there was no big dramatic sad decline or anything like that. So there's a gnat in here, I think. But anyways, yeah. Yep.
So Miss Moonlight said there's a clinical trial for dogs in Massachusetts. Google cat vaccine. Google cat vaccine doubles.
You know
Cats'
what's interesting, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about this kind of stuff. So, it's very interesting. Cats very, very, very often nowadays, domestic house cats die of kidney problems. Cats in the wild do not die of kidney problems. Cats in the wild do not die of kidney problems. So why do you think that is? Just
Let's see, it reverses kidney damage.
a
So
cat.
what
She mentioned kidney damage. Right.
damage,
A
yeah.
vaccine. How about you just feed your cat sardines and nothing else, or tuna, or just chicken, because that's what cats are supposed to eat. Forget the kibble.
And
Stop feeding
Tom
them
says
rocks.
cats in the wild don't generally live that long either. Yeah.
Right, because they get killed by something or they get into mischief and they die. I'm talking about real life. Just leave it at that. That's why cats die of kidney disease. It's from the food that they're being fed.
So Miss Moonlight says this vaccine reverses kidney damage. I guess in cats or in dogs. So something to um, I don't know. Everybody has their opinions on vaccines. So and the medical profession and pharmaceuticals. So
I'm just saying, if I ever have a cat again, which I probably won't, but if I do, I will not be feeding my cat food. I won't be doing it. No, they'll have an organic, natural diet.
And she says it's supposed to be released in 2025.
Yep, there's always vaccines and medicines.
Yeah, we watch TV and it's like
Rather than
every other
correcting the
day there's
problem.
another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all righty, well everybody, thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Not sure if Nancy and I will be here on Monday, so stay tuned because right now we don't know when we're actually going to officially need to go back out, sign more papers. Who knows? We may even get keys early. You just never know. So, everyone, have a good night And we will see you in another chat or next week. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.